Oh man. Ugh. It's here. This case has been whooped on.
She's got the box.
So this is an older guitar. Like I said, I'll get into all the details a little bit later, but personally, I love that the case
Shut up and open it.
is beat up, stickers on it. This.
Yep.
Are you ready?
Yep.
How ready are you? Are you ready?
Open. Oh my god.
Oh, it's pink. A pink Les Paul. God, this is great. Bubble wrap around the headstock, which is, if you're a Les Paul guy, you know that is the biggest concern. But here it is. What is happening, everybody? And the new it's here. It's here. You saw the intro, and I am so pumped up to tell you about this guitar. Some of you guys have already saw it. If you follow me on Instagram, you guys usually know about this stuff before it makes it on here. And the one that really kind of set me over the edge was I played that 1956 Gold Top, which had the P90s in it and all that stuff. Downside was I don't have $40,000 and I couldn't buy that one. But it kind of put me in the mindset. I was like, you know what? I want to get a P90s Les Paul. I have a Les Paul with humbuckers. I want to get one with P90s. I should have added that it was actually my wife who found this on Reverb from Tall Toad and all that stuff. And it was actually basically a Christmas present. But we bought the guitar at possibly the worst time ever because we bought it right before Christmas, which of course then there were all these days that the guitar didn't move because of Christmas, and it was coming from California, and for whatever reason stuff just takes forever to come from California. And so you know, it would stop moving on Christmas Eve, not moving on Christmas, then New Year's Eve, I was like, oh my god, we bought it for the worst time possible. So but it made it here in one piece, and yeah, thank you so much to my wife for even finding this one. And what happened was I wanted to get a Les Paul that was, as odd as it might sound, like some people might think it's weird, but I wanted one from 1989. So that's the same year I was born. So I wanted an 89 Gold Top with P90s, which unfortunately are a little bit more rare. They didn't make a whole lot of them back then. They were kind of making the other stuff. I believe the company was sold back in 86 or 87, so 89 is kind of like a safe year. It's kind of, some people lump it into what they call the good wood year. I've heard like 88 to 93, there's all these different years, who knows. But, so this is the one I got. So I found a 1989 Les Paul Standard. Now these are not the original pickups. I do have the original pickups. They're in the case over there. And also, full warning, this is going to be the nerdy part where I'm just going to talk about specs the whole time. And so basically, yeah, these are not the original pickups. These are Duncan Antiquities, I believe. So they are P90s. Now the original standards came with something called P100s, which are these. It came with them, just not installed. I've heard very mixed things about these pickups. Some people like them, some people hate them. But essentially, it was a noiseless P90. Now this one you can see the cover's broken on it, which I thought was actually kind of cool because I can see inside of it. So these are P100s that originally came on this guitar that someone had changed out. And I love these guitars. You're hearing everything through the Axe effects, and the reason is because, unfortunately, P90s with my studio lights, do not get along very well. They're very noisy, and the Axe has a gate on it, so that's the only reason you're hearing it through that and not, you know, a real amp or something. But so basically, that's what this is, and there's a couple things I really, really love about this guitar, other than just the guitar in general. Now, one thing is I actually got this from a basically a mom and pop shop out in California called Tall Toad Music. They were incredibly nice. I had asked them all kinds of weird stuff like, hey, could you remove one of the pickups? I want to see in the cavity. I was just looking for different stuff. And they were super accommodating. You know, it was nice to see that, you know, they don't know that I'm going to make a YouTube video about this or anything like that. So it was just, I was like, okay, this is just how they treat every single customer. So this is really, really cool. So if you want to, I'll put a link down to them. Go check them out. They were incredibly nice people. And if the guys at Tall Toad are watching this, thank you so much for being so nice and packaging the guitar so well. Now, like my KM has a maple neck and a mahogany body. This one has a mahogany body and a mahogany neck. So it's a little bit different, and obviously loaded with P90s. There's all these differences between my two Les Pauls, and that's what I wanted. I didn't want to just get, you know, two of the same exact thing. I wanted something different. And this one doesn't have the volute on it, but it has the actual Gibson or like cream colored tuners. I always liked seeing that on a Gibson. I was always bummed that my KM didn't come with those, but the original tuners that come on that are just the Grovers, I believe, the metal ones. Now, it's funny because this guitar is, like I said, a 1989, so it's 10 years younger than my KM. My KM's a 79. And the KM was previously owned by a collector. So it spent most of its life, other than before the person who had it. It has some wear on it, so it must have been played at some point. But it spent a lot of its life on a hanger, on a wall, it looks like, because you can see the burn marks on the headstock. They didn't have the correct, they had the rubber, whatever, kind of burning through the finish on the guitar, so you can see the little spots on it. But this guitar is in perfect playing shape, but this was someone's gigging guitar. And to me, that is so cool. Because the reason I can tell is, for one, it's got a lot of buckle rash. I'll give you guys close-ups so you can see this stuff on it. But the back, someone has been playing this thing standing up a lot to wear through it like this. And I love that. It's so cool. Gold tops are known for cracking and turning green, and there's actually a couple spots where this thing is greened. I'm sorry, cracked right here, and there's some greening happening up here with the finish. It's so cool. I love that this was someone's guitar. This was a working guitar, you know? And I love that whoever it was took very good care of it. Like I said, playing-wise, perfect. Nothing is inhibiting the ability to play the guitar. But I love just kind of wondering. I can't remember off the top of my head. I looked at the serial number earlier, you know, weeks ago. But I believe this guitar was made in November or something like that. And my birthday's in June, so I'm like 4 or 5 months older than it. I can't remember exactly when this one was made. But, yo, I'm so pumped up. You can see like this cracking up here on the finish, on the logo. Like I said, I'll give you guys close-up of all this stuff. But I'm just really, really pumped up. As soon as I saw the case has like stickers on it. Which I'll also show you some close-ups of the case that's right here beside me, but I don't want to get out of focus. They have the stickers over the Gibson logo, and I've heard of people doing that before, basically because, you know, even if you're not knowledgeable or play guitar, a lot of people know what Gibson is. Even when I was picking this up at the UPS factory, as soon as they saw the Gibson box, the guy behind me and the UPS person they're like, oh, you're a guitar player. So a lot of people would cover that Gibson logo up to hopefully prevent their guitar from being stolen, because people associate, you know, guitars with Gibson and Fender probably more than any other brand. The history behind it, the fact that it's been played and loved on, and it looks like the tuners were also changed. I have the original tuners in there. I think one must have broken, but it's in there. It has the owner's manual in the case, so there's all kinds of like case candy with this thing. You have the original warranty card, which I don't know. I'm just a geek for this kind of. Oh, that's the receipt. You have the original warranty card that came with it. So obviously someone didn't fill it out, but it's so cool. 5-year warranty. I wonder if it's expired. So I believe I read somewhere, don't quote me on this, but I think they only made 100 of these a year at that point. But if someone knows the actual facts, then you can go ahead and correct me on that. And I also want to give a huge, huge shout out to my buddy Austin, who's also a fellow Ohio guy. And he helped me out. Austin has a very, very cool YouTube channel. You gotta check it out. I'm gonna say your YouTube channel wrong. I hear it at the intro of all your videos, and I still say it wrong. troglodytes, is all I know is that the viewers are called troglodytes. And, you know, check out his YouTube channel. He helped me out so much with buying this guitar. He knows an incredible amount about this stuff. He actually deals in guitars like this. So I'll put a link down below to his channel. Definitely go check it out. You will love it. It's one of those channels that you watch one video and before you know it, you've watched 10 videos because I'm just like learning all this stuff about all these guitars. So it's if you want to nerd out, man, it's a good channel for that. So I don't want to blab your ears off. All in all, 1989, gold top, Les Paul standard, P90s in the house, the new edition for 2019. And we were so lucky to get this one. I just mentioned to my wife, I was like, you know, I really want a gold top with P90s after getting the Vintage T, which had P90s in it. I was like, I love them. And I think that the combination of, you know, mahogany, P90s, it's such a good combo. And it's, you know, it's very old school. But yeah, I'm just really, really excited to have this guitar. You'll be seeing a lot more about it. And of course, the KM's going nowhere. And yo, we're gonna hop on out of here. So, oh yeah, I should probably mention the name of the guitar. And so far, what I kind of settled on was I wanted to call it Paige. And you know, obviously Jimmy didn't have a gold top, or maybe he did, but he's not known for a gold top with P90s that I know of anyways. And I just thought it was kind of ironic, and I figured I'd call this one Paige. So you have Indy and Paige. So, other than that, yo, we out of here. The first guitar high five with Paige. Later, guys. Woo!